Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
All right, this
Dance
is the last
party
week.
with
Don't worry.
Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
We'll let it go. Okay, I promise. Last week. But I do have some good news to you motherfuckers. We are officially setting up the studio, so we're going to start recording, putting it on YouTube. You know, it's going to be fun. And actual guests, like popular people that are popular in Melbourne, I guess, or popular in Australia. We'll see how it goes. And if you do listen to this, I need to change the name because the name is kind of ridiculous. I don't fuck with it. Like Nappy Boy Radio. I want a name that's like creative but also funny. Send it fucking through because I'd appreciate that. You know? And in terms of Trump, we're not going to talk about him. You don't want to listen to this fucking podcast to hear me talk about politics all the time. Like, there's fucking a million podcasts that do that. So, going forward, unless something significant or funny happens, don't worry about it. Let's just pretend that we're in a different world for the next 20 minutes and talk about things that are funny and not controversial, but like that people would consider controversial, but we consider just such as life. Because one of the things that I'm excited for, you know, and if you listen to this, which mostly is dudes, is fucking Gladiator. What the fuck? I never, like, I watched the first one as I got older, but I think it came out in 1999. I never watched it when it came out. And it's Ridley Scott. He recently made Napoleon, and his movies are hit or miss these days. Gladiator II with Denzel Washington. Yo, my nigga's wearing 2 hoop earrings looking like a badass nigga in Rome. To get hyped for this movie, I watched the first Gladiator. And now that I'm thinking about it, literally now as I'm thinking about it, every black person in the first one was a slave. And this one is only meant to be like in the future, like 5-10 years, I think. Like very in the future. Like not in the future, like very recently past the most recent one. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Because when I was watching it, the first one, I was like, it was hella, like they had all kinds of slaves, like white, black, whatever. But there was like scenes when the gladiators were fighting where the black dudes were playing the drums. Makes sense, actually. Even black slaves got rhythm. But regardless, it'll be interesting to see because I am excited to see Denzel. Got tickets for tomorrow, which is the premiere in Australia, and I'll let you guys know how it goes.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Jack Harlow gonna have to sue me for that shit, bro, because I'm keeping that segment in forever. Fuck. Where do we start when it comes to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? I can't even comprehend how all this started. I mean, I can, right? It's pretty simple. So I'm not even going to explain who each of these people are because obviously you know who they are. But Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul this weekend. And it was postponed. It was meant to happen, I think, a couple months ago. And this is Netflix's first big fight, which means a lot of money for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And this is the antithesis. I don't know if I'm using it in the right way, but I think I am. Of YouTube fighters meeting retired fighters. So Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield, I think maybe a year ago now. Fucked him up. Now, mind you, this is like 2 old niggas at the house fighting. Like 2 old legends, but regardless, that's what it is. And Jake Paul, who's a YouTuber, or was from Vine, went to Disney, then YouTube, and is now a boxer. Now it's him, like, you know, and the person that started all this, mind you, was KSI, but he's a YouTuber who started boxing, and to be fair, like, objectively, has done a phenomenal job. Because you could look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I can train to be a boxer. I can do this, I can do that. But when you have millions of dollars of doing dumb shit on YouTube or whatever it is, even when you have a little bit of money now, when you get it, you go and fuck it off doing dumb shit. This guy dedicated his life to boxing, a sport where you become retarded, which makes sense because he might have been retarded when he started, but he's here. Now, the only problem I have with this fight is Mike Tyson is going to get killed. Like, mark my words, if you could bet on this fight, I don't think you can. Put your fucking life savings on Jake. He has only lost one fight, or maybe two fights. One of which was against what's the Gypsy King's name? I don't know, but like Tommy something. Anyway, he is not going to lose this fight. Mike Tyson is 58 years old. Chances are, if you're listening to this, that's double your age, if not more. Imagine your dad fighting Jake Paul. And you might be like, my dad is not Mike Tyson. Yeah, your dad's probably also not 60. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is how old Mike Tyson is. Mike Tyson is closer to my grandma's age. I'm exaggerating. Now, he's obviously doing it for the money and ego, because that's the only two reasons why somebody would do some shit like this. Like, there's no reason to keep fighting if you have money. It's at that age. And Jake Paul, sad, but like, if he wants to fight, you gotta let him fight. People online are like, oh, if Mike Tyson wins, it's rigged. I hate Americans because they're the ones that do this shit. They're the ones always complaining. The ref rigged it. The game is scripted. This and that. Shut the fuck up, bro. It is a 58-year-old former fighter versus a 27 or 28-year-old not even in his prime yet, boxer. Jake Paul. Remove the names. Remove any of their names. This nigga is gonna kill this nigga, bro. And I hate to see it, but it's free on Netflix, so I got to see it. And if Mike Tyson wins, I don't want to say I'm gonna eat my words, because, like, maybe I am. You know what? Maybe I am. But Mike Tyson is gonna have to knock him out in one of the first 3 rounds. If you're gonna bet on this, obviously bet for Jake to win. But if you're going to bet for Mike Tyson to win, you better make sure it's in the first or second round. Like, that's the only way he's going to win. He cannot... It's just not going to happen, right? So, when Jake Paul wins, again, they're going to hate on him and be like, you fought an old fighter. Which is true. Tommy Paul. That was the guy's name. Jake Paul. No, it wasn't. So, when he beats him, they're going to be like, oh, you beat an old fighter. Because last time he fucked somebody up, he's like, oh, you beat up a basketball player. Then he fucked an MMA fighter up. Oh, he's an MMA fighter, not a real boxer. They always make excuses. Give the nigga props, bro. Like, he fucking him up. Whoever you put in front of him, whoever's taking that money, is getting absolutely fucked up. And it's for the right price. Like, they know they're going to lose. And he is putting him out. I think Jake Paul, from what I've seen, is a cunt. I could be wrong. I don't know him personally. But chances are not. Mike Tyson's going to lose, get a good paycheck. And I will be interested to see how he reacts to that. Like, Mike is also a humble guy. He might be like, Jake Paul, he fucking... I can't do it. I can't do the accent. But he'll probably be like, he deserved to win. He had the better of me today. My back is broken. But we'll see how it goes. I just don't, in my life, if I had all the money in the world and they said, how are you going to spend it? I'm spending it on Jake Paul to win the fucking fight. That's the fucking truth. But you want to know how to get into concerts for free, right? So you want to know how to get into a concert for free. or at least into the VIP for free. And I'll tell you, I'll give you the source, and this will work pretty much everywhere except maybe LA, New York, and London. But I think it'll probably work there too if you're confident. One of the things I noticed since coming back from the States was Australia's fucking lame. Like, we are really lame in terms of our personality, in terms of our finesse. Everything about us that we do is just not it. So if you're in Germany, Brazil, Sweden, wherever, it's the same concept. So the first concert I tried this at was, we got tickets to go see Shaq DJing. And I didn't know Shaq was fucking a dubstep fucking EDM DJ. So as soon as he got on stage, I was like, 5 minutes later, we're like, what the fuck? My friends wanted to go home. And I was like, let me talk to the front desk and see if I can get us some VIP tickets. Talk to the front desk, changed some names on my phone, texted myself with my friend's phone back and forth. Boom. Next thing you know, we're in the fucking, the green room with the promoters that brought him in, his entourage, unlimited alcohol, this and that. We did get kicked out like probably an hour later. But I realized in that moment, in Australia, there is a massive disconnect with how like VIP is perceived. And ever since then, I've just used it to my advantage. So let's talk about Travis Scott. He was here about 2 weeks ago, and I got Travis Scott tickets gifted for my birthday. And they were regular seats. And honestly, now looking back at it, I probably would have been better sitting back there than going into where we were. But he had a golden circle, like a mosh pit area. And what I noticed was, when we're going to the arena, a lot of times, again, do not share this information with the whole world, because it will fucking not work eventually, right? If everybody knows. What I noticed was, a lot of these concerts, a lot of these venues, when you go into the VIP section, or like when you go in that line, like there's multiple lines, right? You got GA, VIP, fucking exclusive. Exclusive is like probably like get like real backstage stuff, right? They might have your name on the list. Don't worry about that. That can happen later. But the VIP, where you want to go into the golden circle, like the most expensive area, they just scan your ticket to make sure it's valid. They want to trust society to not go in the wrong lines. So Travis Scott, all these fucking kids were causing mayhem, like mayhem. So we couldn't even get to our area. And I realized they fucked up so badly that the VIP line, or like the golden circle, which is the hard area to get into, was like disjointed, not well organized. So I was like, all right, let's just go here. So we just start walking in, and it probably helped that we weren't fucking 18-year-olds fucking pumped onto testosterone. But we walk in, scan our ticket, given the wristband. Now, I didn't even know which VIP it was, but it was like the golden circle, so like the mosh pit. And I was like, this is at the biggest arena in Victoria. Probably one of the biggest places you can perform as an artist in Australia, period. If not the biggest. I was like, again, this is too fucking easy. And I'm realizing these machines that the people at the front use to scan, they're not, like they're the same machines from the last 5 years, 10 years. All it does is scan. It doesn't know whether it's a fucking VIP or general admission or anything. It just knows if it's a valid ticket or not. Because once you go in, then you gotta like find your section. So in the VIP lines, like it's the same concept. If you just scan it, it's valid. You walk in, they give you a wristband. It doesn't say on the ticket wristband. It just says valid. So if you go general admissions, you go in, you show the seating people where you're seating. They kind of guide you. There's no There's no machine that tells you that if it's VIP or not. Now, again, do not share this information. But what you really want to know is how to get VIP for free. I'm about to get caught up for fraud or some shit. Last week, 5 days ago, a friend of mine said, let's go to Tones and I. I don't know if you guys know who that is. It's the artist that sings Dance Monkey. So, you know the song, right? And I said to him, how the fuck are we going to go to a show? He's black. How the fuck are we going to go to a show called Dance Monkey and we're the only niggas? Just playing. But he basically said, I got the tickets, whatever, we can go through here. So we go to the show and within 2 minutes, we're like, what the fuck? It's a bunch of kids, parents. It just was not it. And the artist, Tones and I, she's from Melbourne, so she's very popular here. And I'm assuming her music is great. I really don't know. I'm not going to judge it. But right across the street is fucking Thames. She's a fucking phenomenal artist. And I wanted to get concert tickets originally anyway, but I just couldn't. They sold out. I fucked up. But she was performing literally like there's a bridge. It's like a 30-second walk. And I tell my boy, I'm like, hey man, we're going to Thames. Like, I don't give a fuck. And with, liquor confidence, I'm thinking, it can't be that hard to fucking get in there. We start walking over. Now, this is, I think, an hour and a half into Thames' set. I go to the box office. It's closed. I'm like, shit. Not only is the box office closed, I got a haircut today, as you guys heard earlier. So I was looking kind of, I was dressed fresh, but my hair, it wasn't the freshest. So I said to myself, all right, what can we do to get in? Now, liquor courage. I just walked to the VIP. And again, if you have confidence, swagger, blackness, not even if you're black, like blackness as in like, if you're just cool with it, I go. Unfortunately for me, it is an old white woman that takes her job too serious. So I tell my boy, wait in the corner, don't say anything. He goes, all right, cool. I change his name on my phone again. We text back and forth. I show them a fake ID. I say, hey, there should be tickets for me here. And then they're like, we didn't see them. I'm like, all right, well, we just landed an hour ago. Again, I'm Aussie as fuck. I don't, my accent is clearly Australian. This is a fucking, I'm using a different ID, like my own ID, but like a California ID. You can probably do the same. You know what? Next week, I'll do the same thing with an Australian ID to prove that it works. But I'm like to her, oh, that's unfortunate because we just landed where we were invited and we're trying to surprise the team. She actually feels bad. She's like, you know what? Give me a second. Now, we can hear Thames playing. And she's now starting to play some of her hits. So I'm like, it's the end of her set. But I know for a fact when an artist, there you go, free game. When an artist is performing, their team is focused on their performance. They are not going to answer no random calls, nothing. So she calls the head of the promotion that brought her here. Not like her team, but the promotion. Some fucking white boy. And he goes, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I don't know why. I guess I was like, John. It's like, all right, cool. He makes a phone call. He goes, they don't know no John. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. But like I said, we just landed right now. We're late. We're trying to make a surprise. Is there a problem? And he goes, I'm sorry, can't let you in. It's unfortunate. I'm like, all right, no worries, mate. Thanks for helping us out, this and that. But I could see, he has that white guilt, that little, you know what I'm saying? That little, it sounded gay, pause. So my boy's in the corner pretending like he don't speak English and I'm handling it all. I'm showing them fake text messages that, mind you, me and him sent back and forth, saying that like, oh, they should be there for you. The guy literally after 10 seconds looks back and he grabs his phone. He's like nods his head. I don't know who the fuck he spoke to. He's like, you know what? He goes, oh, actually, no, they're good. And gives us an envelope, right? With 2 tickets. I'm like, easy, sorted. Now, obviously, I don't want to sit in the fucking bleachers. So I look at the tickets and they're in the bleachers. So I tell my boy, I'm like, look, we're already in. Worst case scenario, what? We're like, nothing. I said, let's just go down to the fucking general standing, like where everyone's standing and seeing Thames like from fucking 10 meters away. For you Americans, 18 feet away. He's like, nah, man. He's like, we're already pushing it. I'm like, bro, what's the point if we're not going to go all the way? Pause. God damn, that sounded gay. He's like, all right. I'm like, just follow my lead. So we walk down, right? And I tell him, I'm like, bro, just follow me. We don't have no wristbands, nothing. I see security as I'm walking down the stairs, just walking. And there's like a staircase, like a last little staircase where they basically have a security guard there to like stop you from going into the floor. Give the guy a head nod, like, yeah, mind you, I'm wearing short sleeves. I'm clearly not wearing any wristbands, but I hide my left wrist. Walk in with the confidence. I'm like, yeah, put my boy, like, yeah, we're good. Bro, let us in. We saw Thames' best 5 songs, enjoyed it, had a great time. And I tell you, it is that simple every fucking time. If you ever want to go to a concert, I always recommend, buy the cheapest tickets at least. If you want to guarantee that you'll get in at least, buy the cheapest tickets and just use those same tickets to walk into the most expensive line. I promise you, even Taylor Swift will be in the same situation. Thames, that alcohol confidence really fucked me. I probably would never do that again because I'll just buy a ticket normally, and I don't know. It feels kind of wrong when you don't actually buy a ticket. But it is that simple, guys. That's the sauce. Now, are you going to share it with everyone? Fuck it. If you share it, you share it. Doesn't work. Normally, if I really like a concert, like I think Drake's coming, I'm buying VIP tickets. I'm not risking that shit. But when it comes to artists that I don't really care about, or if I never see, I wouldn't give a fuck about, then fuck it. That's the free sauce. And now that you know the free sauce, you can either go and share it or not. Up to you. You guys know what it is. It's Nappy Boy Radio. Changing the name soon. Love the love. Be safe.
You can't kill me, nigga, I swear that I done died before. God told me that I was gonna be here back in 94. Chevrolet got that motor, diamonds all on my molars. Parking lot, I lift the door up, got your bitch snorting Coca-Cola. I can't even roll in peace, all my cars orange and green.